Hello everybody, my name is Christian Quick, and welcome back to another video. Now, you probably may not have noticed, but I updated the island that we have here a little bit. Just gave it some smoother edges, made it a little bit flatter, make it a little bigger, that's all. We still have Billy with us. Today, we're going to be talking about visuals. So, there's going to be three things that we're going to be taking a look at, and we're going to be talking about how things look. So let's make a new block. I'm going to add rock here. We're going to control C, and then we're going to control paste it. I'm going to call this one, color. And then we're just going to call this color. And like I said, there's a couple things. The reason I copied rock is because I wanted to copy the strength. The resistance doesn't matter, but we're just going to make the strength 1. So you just have that. Now the three things that we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at mapColor. We're going to be looking at noBlockBreakParticles, and then the last one should be, what is it, like vision? blockVision? blockVision. This one's going to require a predicate. So in the first one, there is your map color, and these ones are Minecraft selected. So normally if you're just used to Java, you're used to using just a color, and then you can color dot and then get your color. But Minecraft actually has their own actual, like, you need to type in map color, and then if I just kind of middle mouse button on click on here, there it says that they have an array or a list of 64 colors. So starting with 0 and then going all the way down, which actually doesn't make 64, so I'm kind of curious where the other two are. But because with counting 0, this would be 62. And if you look at this, most of them make sense. Like that's an actual color, but then like when you go to terracotta is a unique color. Diamond blue is really nice. The first one, the only one that like may cause confusion is called clear. So clear basically works like glass. If you make your dot your map color and then you say dot clear, it's basically going to say when I am holding a map item, and it updates every time blocks get placed if those chunks are loaded by the person who's holding the map. What it's going to do is it's kind of turn it into glass in a sense where like it doesn't even matter if everything underneath it is like darkness. So if I covered a massive area in this block that we have here, and there's just a bunch of shading underneath, it doesn't matter. It's just gonna see right through it, and whatever color is underneath the clear, because it's trying to see through it. Because the same thing should be applied to air for clear. Otherwise, there'd be a pretty big problem. Everything would just be the top block, which everything would be air, and your map colors would be broken. So clear is definitely a necessity, but also to just let people know is perfectly fine. Let's go in the, I was gonna say I want to try and use one of the blues. Let's look up diamond blue. It's always a nice and popular one. And then we're going to add the noBlockBreakParticles. This one's a little self-explanatory. And then the other one is called blockVision, and this one's going to need a predicate. So context predicate. If I type in context predicate, because I think what happens is you need it to be a true or false statement. So the best way to figure it out, if you don't know what something is, or if you forget how to do something, your best friend is going to be looking up the Minecraft blocks. So if I type in blocks, and then I hit include non-project files, there is the net.minecraft. And then I look for the .blockVision, the one I'm looking for. So here we have a blockVision, and here it says blocks never. This is basically where it either needs to be true or false, so I'm going to click on it, and I'm just going to copy the thing it's given me. So what I can do now is here we have it register the block, and then I'm just going to tab it like that, and then we're just going to paste it here. Now, when it's grayed out means it's not being used, but that is perfectly fine. I have to say, if I look into blocks class, something that we can learn in here as well is that for blockVision, so that says context predicate, funny enough. Let's kind of go up so I can get an example. So this one that says never on it, let's go all the way to the side. Oh, glass block, leaves block, interesting. Well, the thing is that I was trying to point is the fact that it says blocks, right? So if I said I want my thing to say blocks never, if I go back on the never, you're going to see that it says private. So if I basically copy what Minecraft has with their predicates, right? So if I say, oh wow, I want to have no block vision, I'll explain to you what it is in a moment. But I'm just saying let's just copy this, just how Minecraft did it, and then I can put it in just the whole thing like this, and it's gonna say, hey, uh, never, and it's talking about inside of this class, net.minecraft block state. This is talking about, in parentheses, is talking about the requirements used, which is talking about the block state, block view, block pass. So it's kind of telling you what's in it, but it's going to say has private access. And, well, we're going to need this to be public, right? But I can't go in here and I can't type anything I want because it's going to tell me that the file is read only. So what I did is I copied and pasted the code and it's in here. But now how do I make it use this one? Well, the blocks, although it is a block, it's not saying blocks about blocks. It's saying the class file that happens to be named blocks. So I want it to look at the class file mod blocks because that is the class file that I happen to put this thing in. So now it's using this one. If I decide to put it in another file or another folder that I own, I can pull it from whichever one I put. But you want wherever you have your thing, and right now it is private. I could make it public if I wanted to. I'll keep it private because that's just how Minecraft has it. So now we have it saying never, noBlockBreakParticles, and mapColor diamond. So let's take a look inside the world. If you have any troubles with your stuff, there are some previous videos. And also, I forget to do it all the time. Remember to add stuff into your mod item group. Control D, and then we're going to add in color. So let's go into the world and see how everything looks. Alright, here we are in our beautiful world, and I did remember to add it to our color tab here. So now we have our color block, and if I place it on the ground, we can actually grab ourselves a map, and then all you gotta do is click, and it's gonna write you out a map, and here you can see it out. Now, you can tell that there are actually two colors, despite me only coding it to have one color. And this is because of shading. There are 4 color gradients that each type of color can have, and that's how it gives off that elevation illusion of color. So the higher it is above everything, the lighter the color should be. So if I just kind of pick it up, because like I said, there are 4 gradients. So now it's pretty bright. But then I believe if I were to make something make it darker. Okay, let's try and cover it on the other side too. I think that should definitely change it. I think it swapped the darkness and lightness. I think I remember the lighter side was on the top. So yeah, if you mess with the elevation stuff, it will actually change how it appears on the map. So right now we have the dark on the top, but if we were to just get rid of all this real quick, we can see that now the lightness is on the top again and the darkness is on the bottom. So we also have no breaking particles. So you'll notice that there are particles here as I'm hitting it, and if I hit it on here, you'll notice that there are still breaking particles. But the no break particles is talking about when it actually physically breaks. It doesn't disperse and explode. That's generally what it's talking about. You'll definitely notice it in creative if I place and break the block. You'll notice. So I still get some particles because in creative, whatever is the last thing I touch, because I hold the button, it wants to click on it. But if I just take my, yeah, oh. So it does feel odd to have it that when you break blocks, it doesn't have the animation to block. Like it's clean, but I'm just used to for years just watching the blocks just explode. All right, and in our last example here that I have, so if we remember, this one has, our weight block has not solid, and this one has blockVision. So what they technically do, if I'm in creative, if I go inside of each of them, that it will do I will be able to see through both of them. Now the default is that what it will do is it will take the texture, whatever the texture is, and it somehow like compresses it. So we're gonna make a little space like this, and we're gonna put this out here. And so I'm gonna go into survival, go on Billy here, and then we can kind of go inside of here, and you'll notice it suffocates us. Go in creative. I'll hit the F1 key so that we can see this. So you can see that the block is still texturing, and if I move my mouse, there is, like, I'll start backing up, going back in. You cannot really tell that I'm moving my mouse, and then when I'm inside of here, you can easily tell because it's got all of that. And then same thing through here. You can't really tell when I'm in or out of it. So that they both have this blockVision as false, because when we put in not solid, it will automatically put it in. Now, we specified that when something has not solid on it, that it will suffocate, that it will not suffocate the player. But if something has just blockVision on it, blockVision gets shoved inside of this as its not solid default, but it will put the force suffocation to false as well. But if you just put blockVision on, it will still suffocate the player because that is the default. So this is the lesser of the not solid. So this will damage me, and then there's in this. What's weird is that you can make invisible blocks where you can't really tell where you just start taking suffocation damage. But generally, that is the difference between, well, that's first off what blockVision does. blockVision just, it prevents you from, because don't think of it as block, think of it like barricade. It's barricading, do you want it to barricade your vision or not? Do you want it to make it so that you can't see anything further? And so these two have it set to false, so that's that. So then the difference between these two, like I said, no suffocation, suffocation. So now you should kind of be a little bit more aware, but when you're adding these blocks to your block settings, just think about the functionality of what you want them to do. It's actually kind of hard to suffocate in a block, which is why I keep using Billy here, because I can't really think of that many situations that, other than riding a horse, that you can accidentally get stuck in a block anyways. But Minecraft decided that this is going to be how we just put things together. I mean, I like the specifications and differences because that's how you learn things, and also how you make differences in your code and stuff like that. And Billy's running away again. But if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below. I will try my very best to answer them as best as I can, and I'll try and get to them as active and as soon as I can. So, but with that in mind, that is going to wrap up this video. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and without further ado,